parents are asking us about which is the appropriate racket for their children to use and at what ages. So in this video, we're going to talk about the brands of the rackets, and we're also going to talk to you about the different sizes and the materials of the rackets so you can make the best choice. With like tennis trainers or tennis clothing and tennis rackets, there are multiple brands out there. Now, all of the main tennis brands, are fine to use. However, at Wilton, we like to use Technifiber for our rackets and tennis equipment. So the brands is up to you to find out which one you like, but it is the size of the rackets that is the most important. So all of these rackets that I'm about to show you are made by Technifiber. We think they do very good rackets. So at the club, our children start from 3 years old and upwards. So we start at 3 and 4 years old on a size 17-inch racket. This is the most comfortable for this age. And as they get older, they would move on to the next size, which is a size 19-inch. The rackets get 2 inches bigger every time. And as they get a bit longer, the head size also gets a bit bigger, making it easier for them to hit the ball. As the children get older and they get on to 6, 7 years old, we move on up to a 21-inch size racket. Again, this gets longer by 2 inches and the head size gets bigger again. And then as they get on to 7, 8 years old, they will move on to a size 23-inch. And again, you can see that their rackets get bigger every time. As your players get to 9 years old, they start moving on to a mini orange court, and the court size gets bigger. So therefore, the rackets need to get bigger as well. We try to transfer them onto a size 25-inch racket, which is quite a big difference from the ones before. And at this size, not only do you have a choice in the length of the rackets, you start getting your first choices into the type of material. So the ones I'm showing you here are the aluminium, and these are very thin frame on the slightly cheaper side of the rackets. And I'm also going to show you in the same size, the graphite racket, which will offer more power. 55 aluminium, we also have the same in the graphite racket. And you can see this racket, has the first one with the thicker frame. It's a bit more expensive, but will offer a lot more power compared to aluminium racket. As your kids get on to 9 and 10 years old, it's worthwhile them trying to transition to a graphite racket, preparing them for their first adult racket. As the kids get on to 11 and 12 years old, it's time for their first adult racket. If your kids hadn't played much tennis, you could probably start on an aluminium, but I would always recommend going straight on to a graphite racket, but very light, at around 250 grams, maximum 260 grams, in a grip size 1 or 2. As they progress, 13, 14 years old and older, they can go up in weight size. Myself, I'm playing with a 295 gram racket, which is fine for an adult. If you're a beginner adult, again, you would start around 260 grams and you'd work your way up as your game develops.